Have you ever felt like you're not good enough? That you weren't born to have money, love, or success? That some dreams are only for the lucky ones? Well, if that sounds familiar, relax. First, because you're not alone. And second, because there is a solution. And it's a solution that can start in just 15 minutes. It's not transcendental meditation on a mountaintop or a sea salt bath with mushroom tea. It's a real practical technique created by none other than Tony Robbins. But before we begin, just a quick invite. If you like this kind of content, subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. Also hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the powerful, free content we share here. Let's go. Yes, it's him, Tony Robbins, a motivational giant who talks like he just injected 3 espressos straight into his veins. But we all know he's transformed the lives of millions. And no, that's not just video script hype. This man is a phenomenon. Today, I'm going to show you the technique he uses and teaches to break any limiting belief that might be holding you back like an invisible anchor. But before we dive into the technique itself, let me ask you, do you know what a limiting belief is? Imagine this. You're a baby hippo. Someone ties you with a thin chain to a small wooden peg. You try to escape, struggle, use force, but you can't. Years go by. You grow into a 3-ton hippo. And guess what? You still believe you can't break free, even though you could yank that stick out of the ground like it's a toothpick. That's exactly what happens to us. The chain is no longer there. The wooden peg is long gone, but your mind still thinks it's trapped. That is a limiting belief. And the craziest part? Most of our limiting beliefs were born when we were children. When someone told us we weren't good enough, that money is dirty, that men or women can't be trusted, or that happiness is just an illusion. And we believed it, or worse, made our truth. Since then, we've been building our lives on a foundation that doesn't even exist. But that's where Tony Robbins and the 15-minute technique come in. Tony Robbins says this: if you want to change your life, you have to change your beliefs first, because everything you do, feel, and achieve is filtered through what you believe is possible. His technique is based on 3 simple but powerful phases. And the first one may sound a little weird, but trust the process. Phase 1, break the pattern. Tony calls this breaking the pattern. You interrupt your mental loop. Imagine your mind is playing the same mental playlist on repeat. You're not capable. You'll never make it. You're going to fail. What's the first thing you need to do? Stop that playlist. Interrupt the pattern physically, emotionally, or energetically. Tony himself yells on stage, jumps, claps his hands. Why? Because he knows that when you change your physical state, you change your emotional state. And when you change your emotional state, your mind becomes open to new commands. Want to try it? Get up from your chair right now. Yes, stand up, yell something, clap your hands, or make an exaggerated arm movement and say enough. Feel the impact of that. Did you do it? That's the beginning of the technique. It's like saying, hey brain, I'm in charge now. Now that your mind is awake, let's go to the next step. Phase 2, identify, question, destroy. Now comes the serious part. This is where you confront your limiting belief like you're in a courtroom. Tony recommends doing this with pen and paper in hand. Ask yourself, what is the belief that's holding me back? Where did this belief come from? When did I accept it as true? Is this belief 100% true? In what situations has this belief limited me? What did I miss out on? Who would I be without this belief? How would my life change if I didn't believe it anymore? This might seem simple, but if you do it with honesty, what comes up can be emotional and even life-changing. Phase 3, positive reconditioning. This is where everything flips. After you destroy the old belief, you have to put something new in its place. Because the mind doesn't like a vacuum. It will fill it. So better that you choose what to fill it with. Tony recommends creating a new, empowering belief. Like, I can learn anything I need to succeed. Failure is just a stepping stone to success. I deserve abundance. My past doesn't define my future. But it's not enough to just write it down. You need to feel it. You must repeat, reinforce, visualize, shout it out loud. If you want, turn this new belief into your daily soundtrack. Because the more you repeat it, the more your mind believes it. And the more it believes it, the more your life changes. Reprogramming takes time, yes, but it starts in 15 minutes. And sometimes That's enough to break a chain that's held you back for years. So now tell me, do you already know what your biggest limiting belief is? Have you discovered it? Write it in the comments, I want to know. It can be a single word, a sentence, or a rant. But share it. This is a space of transformation, not judgment. And by the way, subscribe now if you haven't already. This isn't just a random video. It's the start of your new journey. Hit that bell icon too, because the upcoming videos will show you how to apply this technique daily, with ease and even a little humor. Because let's face it, life is serious enough, don't you think? We can learn while laughing. What happens when you start using this daily? Let me be clear. I'm not talking about becoming a billionaire tomorrow. I'm talking about something far more valuable. Regaining control over your own mind. And believe me, that changes everything. Most people live on autopilot, driven by beliefs they've never questioned. They wake up with a pre-programmed mental script that says, today is going to be hard. I'm not good with people. This isn't for me. Nothing ever works out anyway. And life simply responds, all right, so be it. That person you think is lucky or born gifted. They probably believed in their worth before anything actually happened. Because here's the truth. The brain doesn't seek the truth. It seeks coherence with what you believe. If you believe you're unworthy, your mind will prove it every day through procrastination, sabotage, giving up, or never even trying. But when you change your beliefs, the world changes with you. A real example, meet Katerina. Katerina is smart and hardworking, but she always froze when it came to entrepreneurship. Why? Because her internal mantra was, I'm not good with money. Why did she believe that? Because as a child, she heard her parents fighting over money, and her mother once screamed, money only brings misery. Boom, the seed was planted. Katerina grew up afraid of prosperity, subconsciously sabotaging any chance to thrive. Until one day, she watched a video, maybe one like this, and heard someone say, every belief was learned, and anything learned can be unlearned. She stood up, did the exercise, wrote out the answers with anger, cried, screamed, and something changed. The belief vanished. She didn't become a millionaire the next week, but she stopped being afraid to charge for her work. And that, my friend, is the first step to changing any life. Here's the practical 15-minute step-by-step. 1. Create the right environment. No noise, no distractions, no TV or phone buzzing. Choose a space where you can even yell if needed. 2. Break your state. Jump, breathe deeply. Pound your chest, yell enough. Do something your body doesn't normally do when stuck. 3. Write down your biggest limiting belief. Don't be afraid. Put on paper. Be honest, even if it hurts. 4. Confront it. Ask all the questions we discussed earlier. Challenge that belief like an angry lawyer in court. 5. Replace it. Write a new, empowering belief. And here's what most people skip. Repeat it daily with emotion. Scream it like a freedom cry. Humor plus truth equals transformation. Watch out for the friendly belief. This one's sneaky. It whispers, you've done enough, rest. Don't put yourself out there. It's dangerous. It's not worth trying again. You might get hurt. It sounds like a friend, but it's really a disguise. It's comfort zone paralysis masked as self-care. As Tony says, the comfort zone is where dreams go to die. Expose it, unmask it, because what seems like protection may actually be poison. The power of daily ritual. Tony emphasizes something most people ignore, the morning ritual. He says no matter what the day brings, if you start your morning reconditioning your mind, the game changes. Here's a challenge. For the next 7 days, as soon as you wake up, 1. Do a physical activity, jump, breathe, move your body. 2. Replace one limiting belief, the first one that comes to mind. 3. Say your new belief out loud with emotion. 4. Visualize your day the way you want it to unfold. Do this for just 1 week. 7 days, not 70. Then come back and comment. What changed? I promise I'll read and reply. Now, one last favor before we continue. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. Join this community where we dive deep, speak truth, and give you the tools to transform without fluff or delay. Hit the bell too, because the next videos will help you overcome fear of public speaking, insecurities in relationships, and even financial blocks. Final reflection. If your mind were a garden, what have you been planting in it daily? And now, if this message spoke to you, your journey is just beginning. Subscribe and walk this path with me. If you are willing to put an end to the beliefs that have been holding you back, right here in the comments, I want to evolve, because that way you are committing to yourself to leave where you are and walk in the direction of your dream life. Press the bell to find out when you have new videos. Like and share with your family and friends, because that way you start to sow the seeds of change now, and this change will be reflected in all areas of your life. I now invite you to watch the previous video and do the guided meditation that will help you transform your life from this very moment on. If you have never done a meditation, try this one, as it is guided, and I will help you complete it successfully. Click on the link below, https://youtube.be/u-wk9wg4c.